I am on my night walk, y'all, and this video is about video footage and documentation regarding a undiagnosed sociopath, right? And I was watching some video footage, right? And one of the things that people that have been showing love to me, regardless of if it's a conversation, emotional support, they all remind me of this, right? Misery loves company, right? Misery not just loves company, they have to have it. So I was watching some video footage and reading some documentation, right, regarding a undiagnosed sociopath, right? I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I mean, I'm positive, right? So in this video footage, the sociopath went through a stage where I would say there was issues with kind of like going downhill, some drug abuse or whatever, and just going downhill, right? However, the sociopath has been trying to do things that I observed as far as cleaning themselves back up or getting themselves back on track, right? Physical body, okay? Their body, clothes, and things like that. But in this video footage, I observe the sociopath. It's a video of this sociopath getting high with someone, right? I don't want to point out what the drug was, but they were getting high, right? So the sociopath is just observing. He or she is just sitting there watching, right? Then I received this other documentation that I saw, right? And there was another person involved, and the same sociopath is just watching this person get high, right? So this is the thing. These videos are going to be on record because I promised to God this, right? There's something very wicked in the nature of this particular person, right? On paper and on video, the same particular person, it's written on paper that this person is watching this other person do drugs and get high, right? And then on this other video footage, this same sociopath sits there and watch this other person get high. Now he or she is watching in two different incidents. In both cases, it's on paper. I mean, I have video footage of this, right? So this is the reason why the sociopath is doing that, right? He or she is getting a thrill, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, of the demise of other people, right? And people, empathic people, what is that on the ground? That is gross. I wish I had a napkin to clean that up, okay? That maybe came out of somebody's car. People have to realize, right, that videos, documentation, they all create a situation. It shows something about a person. I mean, even if it was a video, okay, of you losing your cool or whatever, I mean, it shows that you're fed up or whatever. But this sociopath enjoys the demise of people that have good nature. Just bottom line, I mean, the videos I received from someone else, right? And then this documentation came weeks later. I mean, they didn't come at the same time. But what you read and what's on that video is no lie. This sociopath loves to watch people hurting. And anyone that does drugs or alcohol and someone is persistently watching you get high, they may be enjoying that you're hurting. And you are hurting. You're, for one, hurting your body. You're hurting your lungs. You're hurting your heart. You're hurting your liver if it's alcohol. You're hurting. Now, this sociopath does get high, but the people that are involved with this sociopath, they don't notice because they're getting high. So what I notice in these patterns of this person, like they just sit there and watch it, right? So, okay, the sociopath, he does a little drugs too, right? So, but it seems like, according to the video footage and the documentation, that the sociopath is choosing not to do as many of the drugs. You see in the videos and the documentation that the sociopath is like cutting back, right? However, the people, it's two people. One that this sociopath was watching at this certain facility getting high, right? And then the sociopath was watching the person get high that's in the video, right? So the people that are getting high with this sociopath, they so high that they not paying attention to this wicked person watching them destroy themselves, right? Because that's what basically this human being is about. This human being is about destruction. And that's one of the many reasons that I'm glad that I don't be getting high like that, right? Because I don't do the stuff. Like, see, that's one of the reasons it's good to have no drugs in your system, no drugs or alcohol, because then you'll have clarity, right? So you can observe the person that's enjoying you fucking yourself up, basically, because that's what they doing. They getting a thrill out of you ruining your mental health. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear this noise. They getting a thrill out of you and messing up your mental health, your physical health, and it's wicked, man. I mean, when you see this video and this documentation, it's a clear pattern of what this person is about. You know what I mean? And definitely, this ain't somebody with empathy. This ain't somebody with a soul. A person that does this, right? When they sit up and they just like sit back. I mean, because if you love somebody, like, man, I'm not going to sit up and just keep watching people get high and be waiting out on them. That's not going to be my kind of crowd. Especially when you know the people are losing their relationships with their families. There's just toxic stuff. But see, the reason the sociopath, which of course is also a narcissist, the reason that the sociopath and the narcissist is going to be doing this is so they could basically, they're getting a thrill out of it. I mean, this is a person, very limited relationship with the Most High. And this is just the type of environment they want. And also, they watch the people get high so they can manipulate them, whether it be get them to disrespect their home environments, get them to abandon relationships with their family, and things like that. So for now on, I want you to compare video footage. I don't care if the video footage is like 1 minute, right? I want you to compare video footage versus documentation, right? And you'll see that they'll coincide. So if you see the video footage is showing the sociopath getting a thrill out of watching somebody fuck themselves up, then you could see that same pattern in the documentation. And they coincide. So basically, what's on video ends up being on paper. So this is how a lot of these cases in the long run, psychologists and things can go back because when they diagnose sociopaths, especially when they come in prison environments, right? The diagnosis is just not based on what they say. I mean, they got video footage. A lot of times they will be asking them questions about the crime that they committed on the camera. You got to remember when it comes to being diagnosed in a prison environment or a jail environment where the person's incarcerated, a lot of times that's where that sociopathy diagnosis will be validated and be put on paper along with when they exit these situations. Now, I believe when some people are young and they're doing a lot of these things, petty crimes or whatever, small thefts, petty thefts or whatever, I believe that a lot of people, it's their environment and they outgrow these behaviors. But that's not necessarily a person that's enjoying your demise, right? I'm talking about this sociopath, and this sociopath is older than these other people, right? This individual is a little older and is just getting a thrill out of it. I mean, I could see it clearly in the video, but the person that's doing the drug can't see it. See, this person is blinded. And that's why I thank the Lord that I was not. I'm sorry about this noise, y'all. This noise is crazy. That's why I thank the Lord that, I don't know if I should go on the other side. Oh my goodness, here comes another car. That's why I thank the Lord that one of the things I was able to conquer and not become addicted to was substances, drugs and alcohol, pills and things like that, because you can't see it. You can't see the devil for what it is. But it's creepy, It just, when I saw this documentation that just happened to come across my hands, right? And the sociopath, it specifically says in the documentation, the sociopath was pretty much just watching this person get high. Same thing in this video. But in the video with this other particular person that this sociopath was doing this to, the person was also handing the person the drug, basically, right? And so what happens is, last but not least, what does this sociopath have? I am so sorry about these cars, y'all. It's Saturday night, and this is just what's going on. So I'm going to continue to do this video. So at the end of the day, the sociopath gets that energy of hate fed, okay? They feel fueled because they're destroying somebody. This is a demonic energy. So they're getting energy from it, right? And I believe the awareness is there on some level. And the reason I say the awareness is there for this particular sociopath, right? This sociopath was not raised by drug addicts. Okay, so this is not somebody that's not knowing any better. And the sociopath has also things have been mentioned. So he or she is well aware, or at least know right from wrong. Now, the problem with this is, yeah, somebody can know right from wrong. Sorry about that, y'all. Cars are just coming through. It's a Saturday night. The problem with this is, yeah, most of us on many levels can understand right and wrong. But remember, the sociopath lacks a pure good heart for others. It goes back to what's been told to me lately. Misery likes company. So at this point, these two situations where this sociopath was watching, both of these two people get high on this substance, right? Right now, guess where these two people are at. They're with that sociopath right now. One even said to me that he looks at the sociopath like a brother. And I told that individual, I said, that's not your brother. And it's not, because this particular person is not a biological brother to the sociopath. These would be situations where people look back later and say, they told me so. They told me so. So remember, the sociopath wants the wicked control. Okay? And I would like to encourage you and everyone and whomever to teach young people how to fight substance abuse, because all of this can only work on these individuals because there's addiction involved. Like me, okay, I'm not high. Okay, I had full-blown clarity. I'm not drunk and I'm not high, right? So as I'm watching these videos, and these were not long videos, but I immediately picked up on it when I watched these videos a while back, right? And when I saw the documentation that came across my hands, I have clarity. I'm not high. But see, it's so dangerous when people that have good souls get high with sociopaths. Some of them will poison you too. They will. I mean, and that's basically what the sociopath is doing in so many words or in so many ways, because when they're sitting there watching you inhale drugs and destroy your body and your mind, they're poisoning you. They're not saying, man, stop, that's enough. Man, I can't keep watching you do this. Remember the Richard Pryor comedy? I don't know if y'all ever seen this, but there was a Richard Pryor comedy where Richard Pryor, he was a drug addict. He was addicted to drugs. And he tells the story of how the drug dealer, one day Richard came to the door to get his drugs and he was so messed up. The drug dealer said, "Nah, Rich, I can't do it." But see, I can't say what the personality type of that drug dealer was, but I know this. That drug dealer refused to participate in Richard's escalating downfall. And it could have been because the drug dealer felt like this dude's habit is so out of hand, he might end up telling law enforcement or something. It could have been something like that, you know. The drug dealer could have been looking out just for himself. But it sounded, from the way Richard Pryor told the story, that the drug dealer was looking out for Richard also. That's the way Richard Pryor was doing the comedy. It was one of the most funniest things, because Richard Pryor, the comedian, he said, "This is how you know you really got a drug problem. When you go to the drug dealer house and he say, 'Nah, Rich, I can't do it.'" But going back to the sociopath, watch people around you that watch you when you know you're doing something bad, and they watch you. And normally when it's happening, that sociopath is calm, very calm. It's kind of like a devil that's just present. The devil is just present. And see, that's the thing, how the enemy or bad spirits can pull people in. They're not always loud. Sociopath don't say much. You just watch these two particular situations, and there's more. I mean, that's just what you catch on video and on some paper. Believe you me, that sociopath then watch more. Okay, they watch many things, and they do nothing to stop it. They entertain it. They're very low on their morale. No morals. They don't feel nothing for these people, and they don't care what race they are. Okay? the person or people that this sociopath was watching, they not the same race, but that sociopath watched both of them. Because whether you white, black, Asian, Spanish, Samoan, Indian, whatever race you are, Russian, British, it doesn't matter. They all want the same goal. And the ultimate goal is for people around them to suffer and go down. So what I would like you to do, start watching who's around you. And if there's an activity that is toxic, sometimes you may not recognize it's toxic if you high or you know other people are high. And I'm not saying anybody that's listening to this is a drug addict, right? I just want everybody to be aware. I mean, even if you just have a drink every blue moon, right? You're still a little high when you have that drink. Okay? So you could be in a situation where you're not fornicating and you're submitting to the will of the Most High because that's what you choose to do. That one drink that you have because you haven't had a drink in several years can be the trigger for you to come back into that sin. So just watch that, y'all. I mean, because we often think, oh, when we get high, if we just do it every few years, it's okay. You just got to have strength. I mean, if you got it under control, where that's all you do is have a glass of wine every few years and you're not fornicating, just be careful if you're doing it with someone that you're attracted to, especially someone you've already been intimate with. Those are the hardest situations. And watch sociopaths watching you doing wrong what you're doing while they sit there and pass you that stuff. Misery like company. They just passing it to you. They ain't even smoking it that much. Like, here you go, man. Go on and kill yourself, man. Go on and kill yourself, ma'am. Go ahead, let me pass it to you. I don't care nothing about you. Let me pass it. And I have it in video form and documentation. And I promise to God, if this person was not a sociopath, they're definitely a narcissist. Even if that's just what they are, a narcissist. Because that's something that a narcissist will do too. However, I've been around some narcissists and narcissistic people that ain't that freaking evil. It's just wicked just watching it. And I'm going to be praying tonight that both of these people get from up under the control of this devil. Because he or she ain't got no love for him. No love. Because misery like company. That's the bottom line. That sociopath or that narcissist has already disconnected and lost the most valuable people to them, whether it be their grandparents, their parents, they grandparents and parents, aunts, uncles. They already know what they about. They know that that's a devil. Oh, and some of them gonna say that to you too. Oh, I'm the D word. I'm the devil. And look, that's that demon talking. That's that demon talking coming out of them. You better listen. But this video will be uploaded as soon as this ends. And we're 23 minutes in, and I've been walking the whole time. Y'all, I'm doing so good with my weight. I weigh in daily. I don't eat my first meal until I see that magic number. I uploaded a video on that, and I am maintaining and keeping a current 17 pounds off my body. And I ain't got no sociopath around me right now that's hindering my health progress. Okay? You hear me? You'll be surprised how your health come back to life, y'all. So y'all just keep up the great work. But I want you to be more mindful, and I want you to watch your environment. And when you see video footage, I want you to pay more attention to the person that's not getting high that's watching it. Because I'm going to tell you something. If I knew something was recorded, I've been around people. Now, there's a difference between being around somebody and you're out and they have a drink and you choose not to drink. I'm not talking about those situations. You can be a non-drinker and go out with somebody that's a drinker and they have one glass of wine, right? Not that situation. Not those empathic situations. But one thing an empathic person is not going to do, I'm not going to do that often with you. If I'm not getting high, I'm going to feel guilty and bad to watch you getting high. And also, I will not allow that to be on a video footage. Remember, the sociopath knew that it was being recorded and didn't mind other people seeing them watch this other person or people get high, because that gave the sociopath a thrill. See, even the video footage and it being posted on social media gave that sociopath inner satisfaction. Because the reason it's satisfaction is because the world gets to see the person with a decent and good soul get turned out by this sociopath, while the sociopath gets to sit there and look like he or she is not the devil. You understand? So you got to look at it the way you do it. If I'm not a person that's drug addicted, I'm not going to consistently watch you get high. I just can't do it. I can't do it because my soul just ain't going to let you do it. You know what I'm saying? My soul can't be a part of that. I got to go. Man, I can't. Man or ma'am, please, don't do that to yourself. This stuff is bad for you. So I just can't do it. But that sociopath is able to do it. And I'm not talking about people that have a little addiction and they do videos of themselves getting high. See, they're just damaging themselves. If it's just them getting high alone and they put it on social media, what they're doing is assassinating their own character. However, that person is just somebody that's off track because they're not getting enjoyment watching other people do it, if that makes sense. It's a big difference. I'm talking about the person that's just sitting there watching. They may do a little of it, but they just handing it over. But that empathic person is doing and inhaling most of it. And that sociopath, on those type of videos where there's some satisfaction that they're getting out of it, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, they're going to be very quiet. They're not saying much. So when you watch videos, start paying more attention to the people that are not talking. And now you have the awareness. You may think back to a video where, oh my goodness, such and such did that to her or him. You might recall a video where it happened. You might think back to some documentation and say like, oh my God, she's right. Okay, because see, I'm bringing awareness, right? I'm bringing the insight along with hindsight where you can look back, just think back. But sociopaths and video footage and documentation is something else, boy. And don't you throw it in the trash. You keep that video and you keep that documentation, because God forbid the worst was to happen. You got it on file, because it's pretty intense. It's intense for me just coming to the reality. And I thank the Lord that I have a venting place where I can talk about this. 29-minute walk, y'all. 29-minute walk. So anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to doing more videos. And so I'm going to upload this video. And hey, I walk and do my videos. And what you should be doing, some of you, is walking and doing or listening. You could be walking and doing videos yourself if you have a YouTube channel. Some of my viewers may have their own channels. If that's the case and you have your own channel and you would like me to click into your channel and watch your videos, I would be very supportive of that because you're watching mine. So let me know if you have a YouTube channel, and then that way my viewers can see your channel too and they be hooked in here and there, okay? But if you don't have a YouTube channel at this point, I want you to be listening to me and other YouTubers and walking. Mainly listening to me because I'm walking as I'm doing the video, so I'm motivating you. Because you know this entire 30 minutes and now 37 seconds I've been walking, okay? Again, I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. I am enjoying the comments I get. I do respond. That's the benefit of not having 1 million subscribers, is I actually can respond to my comments. So there's things that I appreciate about my channel. You know, people always think, well, oh, I want 1 million subscribers. No, I want to be able to be customer focused. I want to have enough subscribers, just what the Lord would want me to have, as I build slowly. And I like being able to respond to my comments because I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't have 1 million views. So it makes it where I can have a YouTube channel that I can manage, and I can help people, you know, and I'm just very grateful. And please comment if you know a situation where you saw this same type of engagement with the sociopath, watching people do bad stuff, and you could kind of get this energy that they were getting this thrill out of it. Put a comment and tell me about your situation and what you saw. It could be not your situation. It could be somebody else's situation. Put a comment and tell me what you observed. Because y'all have observed this stuff. Even if you didn't realize you was observing it. You can go back in hindsight and say, oh my God, Lord, that's what I saw. And then you put it all together. Okay? And don't throw this stuff away, because you never know what it's going to have to be used for and when it's going to be used. Okay? So don't discard it. Don't do that. Okay? So anyway, again, please like, share, and subscribe. 32 minutes and 48, 9, 50 seconds. Bye.